Yeah, you're welcome. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you, Trevor. And welcome to the First Parish Church of Stowe and Acton, a welcoming and spiritual community. My name is Meg Rivers-Wright, and I am your parish administrator. For those visiting FPC for the first time, welcome. We love that you're here. Please let us know you were here, if you so choose, by filling out one of our visitor information cards in the pews and hand it to an usher or drop it in the plate, or find me later and give it to me. Our staff are listed on the front of your order of service, and everybody sitting around you, all really friendly people. They can answer questions. They can compliment your outfit. They can mow your lawn. Okay, yes, their teenagers can mow your lawn. We're a friendly group, so. If you would like a large print order of service or hymnal, you can ask the ushers, and we have these little radios. So if you're having a hard time hearing the service, or you want to hear the service but be in a different part of the building with a crying baby or any reason, right? You just need to get out, but you want to stay with us. These little radios that allow you to do that. Children are staying with us today. It's an intergenerational service. But nursery care is available during the service downstairs, and children in kindergarten through 8th grade usually attend the first part of service and then leave for classes. But today, they'll participate in part of the service and then they'll stay with us. Once a month, we also have Children's Chapel, where children begin their time in the vestry and the vestry classroom. Okay, we have a lot of announcements, so let's get to these. After the service, coffee and conversation in Fellowship Hall, please join us. And then if you are so inclined, take your coffee with you to the community room where Cynthia, where are you? Is it Menard? Menard will be telling us all about the SGCC, which is UCMH's outreach for adult spiritual growth and community center. I think I said all the important words there. But they offer a lot of great programs, and it's one of the many gifts that have come to us in this merger. So I encourage you all to get some coffee and then go listen. And we also have later in the day, 12:30, is it? A plaque being dedicated in the Memorial Garden for Eileen Rodman. I'm sorry, too many names to remember. And that'll be at 12:30. All right, and if you are a UCMHer, listen up. Next Sunday is your flower communion. Remember, bring flowers. We're also having that here, so FPCers, bring flowers. Okay, and then yesterday we had a lovely going away party for Susan Avery, and we have a gift for her. It's a wall hanging, and it includes people's names, so if you want to be sure to sign that, I'm assuming it'll be in Fellowship Hall during coffee hour, and Katie Weeks will be overseeing that. Okay, we're almost there, folks. A few more minutes with my face. Okay. The flowers today were given by the Bunce family in memory of Joyce Torgerson Bunce. And next Saturday at 4 p.m. we will be hosting the celebration of life for Susan L. Taylor, whose family was a part of our congregation for many years. Okay. And with that, let us come together for a time of community singing and worship.
Our opening words are by Katie Romano Griffin. Come, let us enter this space of hope and community. Come, let us enter this space with our sorrows, our joys, our passion and compassion. Come, let us enter this space with the stories of our ancestors, for their strength and wisdom beats in our hearts. Come into this space, present to the beloved companions who move beside us. Come into this space, mindful that together we are building a future for other generations. Come into this space and let us worship.
Our chalice lighting words are written by Jennifer J. Brooks, entitled For Our Ancestors, For Our Children, For Ourselves. And Meg will light our chalice for us. Each Sunday, we light the chalice of our religious heritage. We do this for our ancestors who taught us through their various religious traditions and by their actions for justice and hope. We do this for our children who are learning the traditions we teach and who learn more from our actions than our words. We do this for ourselves so that we are inspired to remember our beginnings, reflect on who we are now, and spread our wings as we understand who we seek to become. Now please rise and bow to your spirit. For our opening hymn, There Is a Spirit.
As you rise, I want to introduce the hymn shortly, and we're practicing it this morning, and the collective wisdom of the choir was that the first three notes should be eighth notes, so they'll be faster than what's notated in your thing. If that doesn't make any sense to you, just use your ears, you'll pick up the tune. It's a nice tune. Please join in singing.
As Cynthia comes up to lead us in our covenant, let me just say the words of the covenant are in your order of service. This covenant is a mixture of FPC's covenant and UCMH's covenant. It is not our new covenant. It is a holding place covenant that we will use off and on as we explore covenants for the future. So enjoy.
Good morning. Good morning. Please join me in our unison affirmation and covenant, the words of which are printed on the screen above me. Love is the doctrine and the spirit of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its law and prayer. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another, to the end that all souls shall grow in harmony with the divine. You may be seated.
As a standing order church in the history of Massachusetts, one that was founded along with the colonization of this land and the founding of this town, we wish to acknowledge that we hear, sit, and stand and inhabit tribal lands that were unceded and taken from the indigenous peoples of this land. As a congregation engaged in this work, we have been doing a lot of work this year, and I'm pleased to announce that this past Friday at our annual meeting, we formally adopted as a congregation, as two congregations, we formally adopted that our new congregation will stand in support or sit in support or be in support of the Massachusetts Indigenous Legislative Act, which includes 5 bills that are before our legislature to protect Indigenous rights and celebrate Indigenous people. And so this is just one of the small acts we are taking in our work as we learn to inhabit this space in a more inclusive and understanding way in our land and tribal affirmation.
About those 5 bills, feel free to submit.
For those who couldn't hear, that was if anyone has questions about those 5 bills, see Ame at coffee hour. And now I invite you to take a moment to greet your neighbor. Rayla, do we want the little ones to come up front today? No, we've got a video to show you, so you can stay where you are. But anyways, we're gonna greet our neighbors. Please do so. And now, Extravaganza.
Hi, I'm Sharon Brownfield, and I'm very proud to be part of the RE committee. This past year has been a real joy. We had the children did some amazing things. They voted. They had a debate of whether to fund or not fund a chocolate factory. And can you believe there was actually someone who stood for not funding a chocolate factory? I thought that was amazing. The kids are great, and it's such a joy to be with them. I really enjoy their creativity, their intelligence, and watching them as they puzzle through different ways of how to work with each other and how to be together. So, turn it over.
So we know that most of you don't know what happens downstairs in RE. And so for our RE Extravaganza this year, we thought we would do a slideshow so that you can see some of the things that we've done. We've also included some of our needs for next year. RE teachers for K through 5, junior youth, senior youth, one-time activities, filing, shredding, I don't know, whatever you want to do. And I apologize because I didn't know that that screen wasn't working, but there will be a video on this screen.
I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when I turn it on. All through my city, all through my home. We're flying up, no ceiling when we're in our zone. Well, I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh!
Phenomena. Phenomena. Phenomena.
So apparently there's a slight technical problem.
Can't stop the feeling. Come on.
We're going to do an honoring of our teachers and volunteers in the religious education program in 2 weeks. I won't be here on that day. And so I wanted to do a little honoring myself today. I don't know how many of you are aware of that there are like all these different organizations in larger Unitarian Universalism, such as UU's for Buddhist awareness, UU's for Jewish awareness, the Covenant of UU Pagans. Then there are identity-based groups. And one of the groups that has been out there for a while is the UU Women's Federation. And the UU Women's Federation now says Women Plus. And they say that definition is, we believe that trans women are women without exception. We believe that gender-expansive, non-binary, indigiqueer, or two-spirit people who feel most comfortable in or identify with women's spaces should be welcome and included in our work. When we say Women Plus, we include these people. So when I saw that the UU Women's Federation, or UU Women, was doing a special moment of recognition to honor the work of Black women leaders, I decided that that definition was inclusive enough to include Rayla. And that Rayla needed a little special honoring this year for all the work that Rayla has done in leading our children through this merger process. This merger process has been expansive in its time and energy and commitment, and Rayla has been expansive in heart and spirit in embracing that process and leading our RE program through it, and that deserves special recognition. So I and some of our other volunteers and some of our other staff submitted applications to honor Rayla on that day. Unfortunately, the meeting was one where Rayla was busy that evening, and they were giving virtual flowers. And I couldn't go because I'm not Black. So nobody was there to represent Rayla at that meeting. So I decided instead of virtual flowers, I would honor Rayla today with some actual real flowers. And for those who didn't recognize the soundtrack to that video, that was Phenomena from Sesame Street. We joke a lot about Phenomena in staff meetings. Now is our time for joys and sorrows. So that was an example of a long one. I invite you to give shorter ones because we're a big crowd today, and it's already 10:35 in the service. So for those of you who have joys or sorrows, though, that are on your hearts, that you want to be lifted up in this beloved community, we definitely want to hear them. We also want to hear your name. So please share that as well. Thank you.
Good morning. As there were none received online, we will start with those in the sanctuary. So raise your hand high if you've got a joy or sorrow, and John or I will bring the mic around. All right, we will light 2 final candles, one for the cost of war, and one for those joys and sorrows still held within our hearts.
A great joy for me this week was that on Friday we officially proclaimed that we have 3 minister emeriti and 1 DRE emerita of this new institution that we are forming. One of the people I got to greet and welcome into this role of our combined church was the Reverend Steve Schick, who was, and I was able to tell him that he transformed my life in a way, in that he taught a wonderful workshop on extemporaneous preaching, and I used the skills that I gained in that workshop throughout my ministry. So I wanted to use one of his writings that's not extemporaneous here. It's a written prayer. He has many writings that are available on the UUA's worship web. This is one. It's titled, Entwined. Spirit of life, God of love, I'm entwined in your delicate web of mutuality. The life energy that makes me reach for the sun also moves me to become wrapped like the strong, bittersweet vine and the delicate sweet pea around those I meet and love. Here, in the tangle of my daily life, I feel your pulse and sense what it means to be alive. Here, twisted and knotted, I thrive, seeking the light that will pull from me the fragrant blossom of love. Spirit of life, help me to experience the beauty of your interwoven and intricate web, that I might always embrace, without reserve, all those whom my life touches. Blessed be, and amen. We invite you to remain seated for our next hymn, but if your body needs to move and stretch, please do. Number 16. If you haven't realized this, any number under 1,000 is in the gray hymnals, and any number over 1,000 is in the teal hymnals, and any hymn without a number is from the new virtual hymnal. So please join in singing. 'Tis a gift to be simple.
Good morning. It is so good to be with all of you today, celebrating days to come, and also, I believe, bridging. So this week, as you probably know, I do a lot of walking. I love walking. Walking is how I come up with stories or sermon ideas, and I write my sermons that way a lot of the time. And this week, as I was thinking about what kind of story to tell for this service, I decided I wanted to make sure that it was the kind of story that would fit the theme. And so I went for a walk earlier this week, and then I went for a walk in the middle of this week, and, well, I didn't have a story as of last night, so I decided to go for another walk at sunset. While I was walking, one of the things that I started noticing was that I was humming, and it was distracting me. And so I stopped humming and thought, okay, I got to think of this story for tomorrow. What story do I tell for tomorrow? And then the humming came back. Well, I finally decided to stop and figure out what the humming tune was that was in my brain and clearly in my heart. Oh, I know this tune. What are the words? And that's odd for me not to remember where it comes from. And I really was racking my brain. I know this tune. Where is it from? And then it finally dawned on me. It is the song Kol Ha'olam Kulo, written by Rebbe Nachman of Breslov, who is the great-grandson of the Baal Shem Tov, who is the rabbi who founded Hasidic Judaism back in the 1700s. And the tune goes kind of like this: Kol ha'olam kulo, gasher tsar meod, gasher tsar meod, gasher tsar meod. And then goes into V'ha'ikar lo lefaked klal. It's a really nice song, and it's in my head. And I thought to myself, why is this particular tune in my brain? Well, see, you just heard the Hebrew. The English is, the world is a very narrow bridge, and the only thing is not to be afraid. And I thought, that's my story. You see, we are celebrating bridging today, and all of us, throughout our lives, cross many narrow bridges. Some of us cross our bridges from childhood into adolescence, adolescence into young adulthood into adulthood, adulthood into elderhood, and one day, for all of us, elderhood into ancestorhood. Wow, that's a lot of bridges. And those are just the bridges of a well-lived, long life. But we also cross other bridges. We cross political bridges, we cross social bridges, we cross cultural bridges. We cross bridges when we have decided we are done learning and we cross to the other side to get our diploma. We cross bridges when we decide that two congregations should merge together in deep love and friendship, holding hands as we cross that bridge. We cross bridges when you invite an intern minister into your lives and you become a teaching congregation, holding our hands together. And so, the only thing I can say that I have learned in this story from yesterday evening is that all of these bridges, yes, are narrow. Yes, they can be very scary to cross bridges. But the only thing we need to know is not to be afraid. That doesn't mean that we won't be afraid, but it means that we can, if we remember that each one of us, take a look around you, is holding each other up as we cross this bridge, holding each other's hands, our arms around one another. Or even if we can't cross the bridge with the others who are crossing, to be able to give encouragement, well, then we have no reason to be afraid at all, because we have one another. And so, instead of being afraid of the next bridge, I simply wonder, what bridges will we cross next?
So I wouldn't have known that you didn't write that unless you hadn't announced it on Facebook. Otherwise, I would have thought you'd been preparing that for weeks. Oh, I bumped it as I moved it. This has been a month of bridges, of endings and beginnings. We voted to become a merged congregation, an ending and a beginning, a bridge. Trek got married. Another bridge. And Adelia is bridging today from high school years to young adulthood. Another bridge. This month, Trek and I performed 3 funerals for parents of members and friends of this church. All members and friends kind of about my age, some a little older, some a little younger. And for some, that was a shifting of generations. Ame got a new tattoo to mark the moment of becoming the matriarch, a bridge. At memorials, Trek and I have learned that we do a lot very similarly and some things different, but both of us always mention stardust. Ashes to ashes, stardust to stardust. We are made of stardust, Carl Sagan taught me. Not personally, but you know. At the memorial for Eileen Rudman 2 years ago, and who we are honoring today in our memorial garden and dedicating a plaque to her in that she was so instrumental in the creating of that garden. I shared a poem by Mayne Ellis. Scientists find the universe awash in tiny diamonds. And I shared that down in our memorial garden. I want to read it to you today. Scientists find the universe awash in tiny diamonds. But haven't we always known? The shimmer of trees, the shaking of flames, every cloud lined with something. Clean water sings right to the belly, scouring us with its purity. It too is awash with diamonds, quote, so small that trillions could fit on the head of a pin. It is not unwise then to say that the air is hung close with diamonds, that we breathe diamond, our lungs hoarding, exchanging, our blood sowing them rich and thick along every course it takes. Does this explain why some of us are so hard, why some of us shine, why all of us are precious? That we too are awash in creation, spumed with diamonds, shot through with beauty that survived the death of stars. You are stardust. These are not just words for your memorial service. These are words for all of your life. Shot through with diamonds, you are stardust. You are dust. You are connected to the atoms of the universe. You are the death and the birth and the life of stars. We formalize our talk about bridging today, about these very ritual transitional moments in our lives, but we are also bridging all the time, sharing that stardust and scattering it as we go. And so that is what I wanted to say to you today. Carl Sagan taught me that we are all ordinary and we are all precious, precious diamonds, stardust to stardust. May it be so always and forever. Our plate is shared this month with the Concord Prison Outreach. Half of our plate every month goes to different organizations that we've voted to support, and we do that through a congregational poll that we launch around this time of year or sometimes into the summer. And so I invite you to give generously to the future of this church and the work we support. So today is the day when we honor our bridgers, our graduating seniors. And so I have a few details of instruction for you on how to do this. When, at the end of our words, Kennedy mentions the Rainbow Bridge, here's what will happen. Those who are sitting on the aisle of the pews, you have some crepe paper. And you're going to hand it to the person on the other one end of that crepe paper to the person on the opposite side of the aisle, and you're going to hold on to the other end. And when Kennedy mentions the Rainbow Bridge, you'll pop up holding those rainbows of crepe paper over the aisles, and our graduating senior will walk through the aisles. This year, we're doing it where our graduating senior is being accompanied by a young adult, and if other young adults want to pop in and join the parade, you're welcome to as it comes around. And then over on this end, if you're one of the adults who has been in Unitarian Universalism since you were a teen, you're invited to join us. Several of you have said you'll join us, and others are welcome too, to join us over here by the piano. So when Rayla calls up those groups, that's where you go. And folks on the balcony, when we go up with, you go down with your streamers and toss them over the ledge. Folks sitting in the back row on the red chairs, you might want to scoot forward a little bit, or just watch your head or protect it with a hymnal. And now, with all of that by way of introduction, I turn to Rayla to begin our ceremony.
I would like to call forward our bridger, Anadelia, and her family to join me up front. I would also like to call our longtime or lifelong UUs to stand with Reverend Cindy. And I'd also like to call forward Kennedy to represent the young adults. It's a lot of you. Oh my goodness.
I know, look how many lifelong UUs we have. That's pretty amazing, huh?
So Kennedy is not only representing the young adults in our community, but also representing a former bridger who went through this Rainbow Bridge here. So our bridger is someone who's transitioning to young adulthood. Often it means someone at the end of 12th grade or the homeschool equivalent. When you dedicate infants and children, they are given a rose. The rose has the thorns removed to symbolize our commitment to protect the young from life's dangers. As our bridgers leave their youth and are welcomed by our UU adults, we again will give them a single rose. This time, a larger, more vividly colored flower whose stem this time is not so carefully stripped of thorns. Though life is occasionally sharp and painful, it is also rich in color and texture, and we urge this young adult to engage in it fully.
Anadelia, it's been such a delight to see you grow during the last 8 years that I've been here. And so some words of blessing. My wish and hope for you is that wherever you are in the coming years, you will find a Unitarian Universalist faith community to hold you and nurture you, share your joys and your sorrows, to help you discover and support the ways in which you are called, as we have seen, to make this world a better place. Some words of blessing. May this moment be a threshold you cross into wonderful new things in life, new beginnings and also continuings. May you follow your visions and dreams, knowing that this church has nurtured you in that dreaming and supports you in your quest. May you hold true to the highest values that you carry from our faith into your future. And may you always know that here is a place that is your home, that welcomes you as an adult in our circles. When you are staying home, and welcomes you back when you are venturing outwards. May it be so. This moment marks an end and a beginning. So we wanted to give you the option, if you want to, of saying anything about your past year or what you're looking forward to in the future. And if you don't wish to speak, that's also fine.
Well, so this past year has been quite busy. I was the president of the drama club this past year, so I had a lot of involvement in the drama club at my high school, as I always have, as some of you might know. I also had all my college applications this year, and in terms of next year, I am going to the University of Connecticut. I'm studying biological sciences on a pre-med track as part of their honors program. And I plan to minor in theater studies. And yeah, I've really enjoyed being a senior. I graduate in 6 days, and I'm really excited for that. But I really do appreciate all the support I've had from this congregation over the years. So thank you very much.
And along with her rose, we just have a few gifts and tokens for you. Just sharing you a little bit of our love. You can also take this.
One other word of instruction. When Anna Delia is going down the aisle and back up the aisle, we're going to be singing a song of transition written by our own Chris Hosfeld. Usually we sing it for singing the children out. Today we're doing it for singing the child out and the adult in.
Now, if you would join me in a congregational blessing, the words are in your order of service, entitled Your Time is Now.
Today, we honor this youth and encourage their discovery. Today, we welcome your energy and offer you a safe place to grow. Today marks an ending, but also a new beginning.
Today, you cross this bridge, explore with wonder, and know that we remain in support of you because you are the future.
Today I cross this bridge and join in fellowship. Let me grow, but don't let me go.
Together we share a special place. Together we learn. Together we love. Together we grow.
So in this milestone of your life, no matter how far you travel, no matter if you don't travel at all, although you're coming to Connecticut, yay! You're on the cusp of a new life. People will have expectations with you. People you love will have expectations with you, both spoken and unspoken. But you already know this. May you know, too, that you carry within a spark of the universe creating itself. That spark connects you to all that is, to all that was, and to all that will ever be. That spark is always there in you, always there, bringing you into being, always a force of creativity and possibility, especially when the expectation of others overwhelm and disappoint you. When you doubt yourself or feel afraid, when you fail, as we all do sometimes, remember that that spark is always there sustaining and revitalizing you, like the love you find in this church community. We are always a home for you. Your community is here for you. Blessings upon you and upon this milestone in your life. So, as the congregation lifts our rainbow bridge, we send you to the other side with the young adult guiding you into the welcoming arms of our lifelong UUs. May you remember that you always have home here, and wherever you meet other UUs along the way, remember we send you with great rejoicing.
Come with me. Live your life in awareness of your actions and your choices. See the beauty in the world that surrounds us, the structure and the chaos. Realize that although there are manifestations of evil in the world, there are also manifestations of good. Let the balance of what you do in the world add to the good. As the congregation lifts the Rainbow Bridge, come now with me and explore with wonder. We will support and nurture you. You are loved with great rejoicing.
Ah, yes. Stepping up. Our closing hymn is number 1028, The Fire of Commitment, in your teal hymnals and on the screens.
May the bridges that we cross leaving this building and the bridges that we cross over the next days and weeks and months and years together be exactly the places that we need to be in our lives. And as we do so, may we go in peace. May we grow in love, and may we live long and prosper. So may it be.
Trevor always deserves your applause, but this song, I want you to know, was a special request to play Anna Delia's favorite song today. So give an extra round of applause for the